Friends, foes, enemies, and assorted people of the world to ESL Southeast Europe Championship Season 9. I'm Extremes, and joining me is Hayes, and also joining us are Fate and Budapest 5 on Mirage.
Straight into the first round as well, not wasting any time this evening. Let's hope that this is the order of the night. Game starting on time and getting going without any fuss or problems. Double Magic, he's having a bit of fuss to find the first frags. Eventually he does connect. Trades are plenty to kick off this first round, and it is Budapest 5 who come out on top of the exchange with the one-man advantage, leaving Rainwaker in the clutch. We saw what this guy was capable of on Thursday. Let's see if he can re-invoke some of that magical play early on here, as he's got himself a 1 versus 2 clutch retake on the cards. No kit to work with either, so he doesn't really have much time to work with here. Gonna have to try and put some gas down here and make some progress. There's a good cross here, but he's able to find the first good trade frag there from Gejimzilla, and it's Budapest 5 who get the first round on the board.
Yeah, some good work there, and overall, you got to say, very nicely handled from them. They certainly were patient, made sure that they didn't give him any opportunities, and when it came down to it, the trade frag was almost instantaneous. Yeah. So Budapest 5, they're showing why you hold them in such high regard. Tell us about Budapest 5. You know about them, don't you?
Well, I know about a few of their players. They've been playing this game for a very long time, and they go back many years. Unfortunately, they haven't really hit the big time, a few of them. The likes of Barcode, Gabeson are the two that I'm specifically referring to. They have been a part of the CSGO scene for a very long time, and I think they're very talented individuals, and it's actually quite an honor to be able to cast their games. So really looking forward to that, and hopefully they display some skill, which I know they're certainly capable of.
Absolutely, and I kind of wishing... Well, Barcode there finds the first kill. I was just going to make a remark about his name, but I don't need to because he's popping heads at the moment.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Gejimzilla's probably my favorite, though. Ma, he's found a nice shot there. Not really going to be turning into much, though. The Mac 10 in the hands of Rainwaker could get a bit more damage here. Finds a frag. I think that's a successful round from Fate's perspective.
Yeah, not too bad. They've done enough damage for it to actually matter, I think. I think I'm maybe a little bit out of sync with you as well. But
okay, are you a bit ahead or behind?
I think I'm a bit behind. What's your time at the moment?
I'm at 1 second heading into the next round.
Holy, I'm like way behind you.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense then. Just let me know when you hit 151.
And now.
There we go. Sorry about that, guys. We should be back in sync now. It's when we get to the important stuff, Mike. We're into the buy round now, so it's okay. Work out the kinks early on. Budapest 5 looking to inflict some early damage here as they take mid control. Not wasting any time in trying to assert their dominance here. They will be fancying themselves, Mike, as the better team in this matchup. So with that does come a wealth of confidence. Sometimes that plays into your hands, and sometimes it plays against you, like we saw from Nexus's perspective. So I'm interested to see how Budapest 5 actually approach this two-map series, rather.
I'm kind of interested to see how I approach this burger that's sitting on my desk, man. I've never casted and eaten a burger at the same time. Do you think I should do it, guys? Should I do it on camera?
On camera? That's the only way I would let it happen.
No, we won't do that. Don't worry. I'll wait for the break. Meanwhile, Mar not waiting for any breaks. He gets Gejimzilla then. Duplicate in a pretty good spot, actually.
Yeah, he's going to get a free frag there onto Color. So that's a nice start to the round here for Fate. Finally, a frag coming through for Budapest 5. And Barcode, he's gotten himself 2. Fleeve coming into the act as well. How has this round swung so dramatically in such a short space of time? Budapest 5 actually getting themselves in pretty good contention to go on and pick this one up. They've managed to get control of the bomb site. Haven't exactly got that bomb, though. It's dropped in a bit of no man's land. Ma taking Jules left, right, and center with this org, not actually finding anything. And now Budapest 5 are faced with a bit of a conundrum here on to grab the bomb. The smoke is going to allow them the cover. Fleeve gets the bomb down. Barcode still got a bit of heavy lifting to get done in this round if he is going to win this one out for his team. Ma gotten himself in some forward position here. Again, no kits for these CTs. So they're going to have to find these frags early on here. Budapest 5 giving absolutely nothing away, making Fate work for these frags, and Barcode taking off the heads. Beautiful round there from Budapest 5.
You mentioned his name earlier on as one of the players to watch, and man, you had to watch him in that round. Quad kill, especially considering as he walked into that bomb site, he was essentially in a 2v1 because his teammate went down instantly. He gets those kills and then kills the two coming in for the retake. So seriously impressive from him, and that sets back the Fate economy quite a lot more than they would have liked this early in the game.
Yeah, certainly does, Mike. Forced onto that eco round here once again. Budapest 5 gravitating towards this B bomb site. We've seen them come here quite a few times in the past few rounds, even though it's early days. And that's certainly going to be changing Fate's perspective on how they approach this half. What does that actually do to a team when you go to one bomb site so consistently, so early on in the half?
I think part of it is just doing a bit of psychological damage. You're making them think, well, you know we're coming, but you can't do anything about it. So, try and stop us. And
yeah,
it does put you in a little bit of a tough situation if you consistently can't actually stop them from getting in there. There's Mar with another pistol shot. Yeah, it's not that impressive. He was low.
As well. Oh, and he finds a one tap onto Gabe. That certainly opens up things here. Even though it's only pistols for Fate to work with, there is an opportunity here. Barcode. This man is invincible, it would seem. Having absolutely no trouble closing out these important situations for Budapest 5. That got a bit close again, but still, they were able to close it out.
Yeah, Barcode are 9-2 now. Of course, that round shouldn't have probably been as close as it was, but I think Fate will be pretty happy with the damage they inflicted. They keep the economy of Budapest 5 within touching distance, shall we say. And Fate have got a good opportunity here. They've got everything they need. Let's see if they're able to actually look after the Budapest 5 team this time around. They've got mid-control early, which I think is a good positive for them.
That's the first time they've taken mid-control, but Budapest 5 have actually reacted well here by going straight onto the A bomb site. They understand, okay, Fate has taken map control, we need to react, and they immediately execute onto A. Bomb goes down into that retake situation for Fate. They still have some utility. Only one kit, though, on Rainmakers. They're going to have to keep tabs on that, and Budapest 5 are getting aggressive here in the post plant, trying to take CT control. Not successfully, though, so that does leave them with the man down.
Yeah, Caliber, they're very nicely getting the second kill while fully flashed, so that's got to feel good. Color now, he's got some work to do. Gabeson also doing the work. He gets 2, in fact.
That was a beautiful spray there from him, leaving Color in the 1 versus 2 clutch. With the AWP, he's not able to land the initial shot, and that means the defuse will come through for Fate.
Ooh, will it? It's really close.
No, I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's got the defuse.
Oh my word, that is just so unfortunate, man.
Yeah,
I mean, a
that
split
is
second in it.
ridiculously unfortunate.
Oh.
Wow. Really well done there between Fleeve and Gabeson to actually keep Budapest 5 in that one and just buy enough time for that bomb to tick along.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if Gabeson didn't actually pick up the double there, it probably wasn't going to happen for them. So I think that was really important from him, especially considering his position was sort of a one-and-done position there on the balcony. Usually you're not going to get more done than a single kill, and he does get more done. I think that's what got it for them.
Aggressive here in connector. Good spot there by Caliber finding a frag, but he doesn't get out in time. He didn't have to hang around there. Could have immediately made his way out. Gejim Zilla doubles up, absolutely destroying Fate single-handedly. Finally, Duplicate coming in with a couple of trades here. He's incurred quite a bit of damage himself, though. But at least he's gotten himself into a winnable situation. No, never mind. Budapest 5 going up 6. Are they going to make it 7? Because we know what 7 did. 7, 8, 9.
Oh, jeez. Really?
Budapest within touching distance. I must say, Mike, it's looking like a fairly one-sided affair here in the early days.
Yeah, there's been a couple of little encouraging signs out of Fate, but every time things look encouraging, the Budapest 5 team just snuff it out. The closest they came was that half second on the defuse. And even in that situation, Budapest 5 did enough to keep it in hand. And they're going to go for this B play again, just going for the strength play here, trying to outmuscle them, and they aren't. They're getting outmuscled themselves. Duplicate gets 3 before he gets traded.
But again, it's the rescue team that comes in at the last hour, saving Budapest 5, finding 2 frags and turning it into a winnable situation. Caliber, he's on the flank once again, but this time he's there a lot quicker, and he might actually get the jump here. He misses his shots, and that's going to cost him his life. Rainwaker's still looking for an entry with the scout, not getting any opportunity from these Budapest 5 players, and they still have so much time left on the clock here. They can start to force a bit of doubt to creep into Fate's ranks, but very nice shot there from Rainwaker. Takes down Gejim Zilla, leaving Fleeve in the 1v2.
He's going to have to do something fancy here, because he's got 2 players to deal with, and they could come at him from both sides. That's what they should do, or they're going to come from one angle and try to trade. Ooh, did he spot them? I don't think he saw them. You should have seen the feet there. Now he's got an idea of where they are, and he clotheslines the first player, Mar. Not going to play a part in this round, and it's on Rainwaker now. He needs to come through, and he does with the scout shot, and I think he's got enough time this time.
Yeah, he's definitely got enough time on the defuse, and that's certainly going to be invoking some PTSD, but fortunately it's not going to be the full result, and that's Fate's first round win on the board.
That was very much against the run of play, I'd say, as well. The little flank coming in probably helped them out quite a bit as well, but they're a 50-50 situation finally going Fate's way. It's still early enough in the game that they could change things around, but yeah, by traditional standards on Mirage, 6 already for Budapest 5 on T side, they've already done enough, so they can just look to pile on the pressure and potentially make this even double digits if they wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. As you said, 6 is already enough as it is, but let alone 6 inside the first 7 rounds. That is potential for catastrophe here for Fate. They need to put a stop to this early on, and they need to pick up some consecutive rounds here. This is a very important round for the Bulgarians. Let's see if they can find an early entry here. Rainwaker has the inclination that there's someone on the other side of the smoke. He's absolutely correct, but doesn't hit the mark. And once again, it is a result with Budapest 5 grabbing that mid control. Isolating Caliber with that smoke as well. Zilla, this man just does not stop fragging. 7 kills. I feel like I've said his name a lot more than that, but certainly finding some impact frags, specifically in middle. Rainwaker, though, doing a good job to make sure that those numbers stay in even playing field. And in fact, Rainwaker dominating them as they try and make their way up connector. Finally, Fate starting to find some traction.
This is exactly what they needed. They needed to keep as many players alive as possible here. And you feel like they're going to do it. In fact, they do more. They're rounding it out on Fleeve. And, well, Fate keeping 4 alive. They start to build some economy and actually have a decent buy here. Because if it had come down to even 2 players alive, they're going to be super limited on nades. Things are going to be so difficult. And on a map like Mirage, you definitely need that utility.
Yeah.
Depending on how you're going to play it. Sometimes teams will play retake exclusively on A, or you're going to use the utility to stop them from getting in the first place, as Caliber does.
Yeah, there's the variation. Make sure that all the teammates are on the same page. That's the way to do it. Going for the flash plant play here are Budapest 5, but they are being mowed down. Barely even make it into the bomb site. And this is good for Fate now that they've found 3 rounds on the trot. And I just want to go back to something you said a bit earlier, how Fate were doing a good job of finding the frags even though they were losing the rounds. And that meant that they kept Budapest 5's economy in check. And even though Budapest 5 won 6 consecutive rounds, after losing 2, they already had to eco. So that's what kept Fate in such close contention here, even though they were behind by such a deficit.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Fate as well, you're saying to your teammates, hey guys, look, it's come down to 1v1s, 1v2 kind of situations consistently. We're so close. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. Keep the faith, guys. We're going to do it.
I like it, but that is your one and done.
I said faith. I didn't say fate. Haha.
Yeah, close enough. So, looking like they're going to be making their way towards an A split here once again. Are the men from Hungary. They have certainly put some heavy emphasis on middle, though this time Zilla finds himself towards ramp. Him and Gabson form that deadly duo, and this split is a deadly one as well, as there's not much defense coming through in the early stages. Rainwaker under Palace and Mar, they actually have a pretty decent cross here, using the smoke well, as he finally does go down and the trade's not there. That trade was vital. It means that Budapest get a man advantage, and there is that wrap coming through towards CT. All the players on the bomb side have to do is take the attention here. Gabeson needs to make sure Double Magic keeps the focus towards A, as Barcode just gets the lurk going here. It's a matter of time before he gets the wrap. Doesn't waste any time before taking the kill. Thought for a second he might go for the knife there, but sanity prevails.
Yeah, it's not JW, thank goodness, eh?
Yeah, that's certainly something that's burnt him once or twice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's do a time check. 152.
Okay, I'm a little bit behind you, so I'm going to try catch up. 145.
No, you're a little ahead. 1 second.
Okay, cool. I'm good. 140.
More or less. Still a little ahead of me. But it's good. We're getting there. Double Magic. Trying to do his magic, but he's receiving a lot of 7.62mm rounds for his trouble. And if they had an aid, well, he'd be very dead. But they don't, so he's very, very lucky.
Only a smoke grenade, fortunately for him.
Caliber,
so,
though?
how do Fate combat this middle focus coming out of Budapest 5? We saw them put heavy attention towards actually taking mid-control themselves and pushing up aggressively, and that worked out well for them. Now, they actually keep that man in lows. He's been playing there quite a lot, and he finds some success this time. What that means is Budapest 5 push their way onto this A bomb site. Still the AWP to deal with in CT, and that AWP is finding frags. He does get taken down, and it's still one man now alone for Budapest 5. It is Color with the AWP in a very awkward spot behind these boxes. He's probably just going to get spammed out, and he does. Fate find themselves their fourth, and they do a good job of bouncing back immediately after Budapest 5 win a round.
Yeah, nice work from them. And also to go with the double AWP there, I think quite a risky thing, actually, if it had come down to a, quite a deep retake sort of scenario. But of course, they come in fairly soon after the bomb goes down. And I thought for a second they might go with the triple AWPs there, but thankfully sanity has prevailed. It's not 2016 G2, thank goodness.
I think the only map that you could do that on, arguably, was Cash.
Yeah, even then, I mean, I'm dubious.
Yeah, and then it's really based on the platform that you're not going to be losing any map control, and you're going to find all the frags when the first point of contact arrives. But
I like how you're trying to justify it. Don't ever do that, kids. No triple
Hey
AWP.
man, triple AWP, that's a thing. Especially if you've got a team like Liquid. There's capable AWPers left, right, and center. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. 4-7 at the moment. We had the quick pause coming in, and now we're just about ready to go. This is the map pick of Budapest 5, so they're certainly showing good form on their map. We got Inferno coming up next for Fate. We know how good they are on that map. So let's see how things work out when we get there. But meanwhile, we're still here, and they're running and eating all sorts of nades, trying to get on the site and being held at bay.
Yeah, very aggressive here from Budapest 5. Finally, they find a frag, but I think that's all it's going to be because it's the bomb carrier who's been taken down now in a very awkward position. Fleeve has been able to salvage an AWP, and he has got time on his side here. Smoke to work with as well, but as that smoke dissipates, so do his chances. Caliber in close proximity here. Surely there's no way that Fleeve expects this, and he just walks across into Caliber's crosshair. Good round found by Fate, making sure they deal with that aggressive rush into the B bomb site.
Yeah, nice work out of them. I think they dealt with it a lot better than what we saw earlier on. Of course, they're better equipped now than they were earlier on when they were getting battered. And we got to remind you guys, at one point it was 6-0. The fact that it's 5-7 shows that Fate have come in with a rather handy little comeback. They've still got a ways to go, though, if they're going to win the half. And for Budapest 5, they were just within one for quite some time now of winning that half. And still very possible to make it 10-5 as well.
Yeah, Fates have just been doing a better job of closing out the rounds. They were finding their frags previously, but they weren't able to construct that into a round win. Now they've actually been taking it the distance, and that's sort of been the difference. Budapest 5 again find themselves with middle control. This is something that they've been afforded time and time again. And in the earlier stages of this half, they were dominating Fate with this control, but Fate have adjusted. They've adjusted well, making sure that although Budapest 5 have the middle part of the map, they still don't allow Budapest 5 to just immediately waltz into the bomb site from there. They're prepared. Budapest 5 again now wrapping back towards that A bomb site, but okay, excuse me. I thought Mar may have actually found himself in Palace there, getting aggressive, but still just maintaining under Ducky.
You're gonna have to translate that one for our viewers.
Under quad maybe. I don't know. Shadow. What do they even call it? Balcony. That's the one, I suppose. Fleeve, he's been able to get into snipers, but he gets taken down. That was the linchpin there for Budapest 5. They were heavily reliant on that, especially now that Gejimzilla gets taken down. It means the attack now becomes one-dimensional. All three players are going to be coming from ramp, and they are getting picked apart here one by one. Not even a trade. Finally, Barcode comes through with one and gets a good headshot there onto Duplicate, but that's all it's going to be. Fate, they bring the round deficit to 1 and actually get this into a pretty good half, considering.
Yeah, it's actually, the complexion of it's changed completely. I mean, again, we take it back to the 6-0 sort of situation. Things have changed substantially. Rainwaker there, one of the heavy hitters as well as Caliber. They're doing some good work. Duplicate also jumping in. I mean, if we take it back a few rounds, things were looking quite sorry on that scoreboard for Fate, but now looking pretty good. And on the other side, Barcode, he started so well, but he's been a bit quiet.
Yeah, he certainly has slowed down a little bit. And that's probably one of the reasons that Budapest 5 haven't been as successful as they were previously, but still plenty of opportunity to make up for that.
Yeah, well, he was on 9 kills in round 3, so...
Wow.
13 now in round 14 shows you how much he's actually slowed down, because we were saying his name a lot in those early rounds.
Yeah. And certainly has dropped off quite a bit. I like that attention there from Double Magic, or his teammate rather, to throw the incendiary into the corner of snipers. It's not a misthrow. It's actually to stop the smoke grenade from blocking snipers and allowing the AWP to actually give the cover. Anyway, Budapest 5 again going to be hitting their head against this brick wall that does not break, or has not broken yet.
Ooh.
Maybe they've found the dynamite, which is suitable to pierce the defenses as they get themselves into the bomb sites, and with that they are going to be able to get the bomb down. That in itself is a win for Budapest 5, finding 2 frags on top of that as well. Anything on top of it should be gravy. Will Fleeve be able to add something here? No, he's going to go down.
Looked very promising for them at first when they got the first player. I think it was Duplicate there in the site. And from there, I mean, with him only getting one, they should have been in a pretty good position. But of course, they didn't have the equipment really to hold off anything. So a little bit tough. You need a bit more site control. You need control over market to hold it if you only got pistols. And they just didn't get far enough into the site before that retake started battering them back before the bomb had even gone down.
Yeah. Let's see what Budapest 5 are going to bring up in this final round of the first half. Looks like they're going to go straight for the A execute here. Not a normal A executes. They've got only 2 players coming through ramp and 3 through Palace. Already lost one of those Palace players, though, by that AWP, which is in a pretty forward position. It is Budapest 5 who come out on top of the entries there. They found themselves 2 kills. They get control of the A bomb side. Finally, it's been a while since they've been afforded the control. Mar dominating Gabeson through that smoke. And that means that Fates are going to have the even numbers to work with as they do kick off the retake.
Coming in from CT as Rainwake. He knows exactly where he is, and he's trying to get him there through the box. And Barcode, not too healthy right now, but he's still hidden away. And they may consider that he's not there because he hasn't really made any moves since dropping that smoke.
Gejimzilla getting some damage now that the focus is on Barcode. Finally, Barcode has gone down. Gejimzilla doing all the heavy hitting here in the 15th round, and he's going to close it out as well with a triple. Great stuff there. Budapest 5 needed that round to just get a bit of momentum heading into the second half.
They finally win the half, but we thought they might win the half inside the first 8 rounds. But no, Fate with an excellent comeback. So it's a definite kudos to them for actually having the ability to come back in. And as we see a replay here of this retake attempt, almost looked possible for them. But as you said, Gejimzilla coming alive, and he's one of the heavy hitters for Budapest 5. And he was a little bit quiet, even in those early rounds where they were doing pretty well. He was doing what he needed to, but didn't hear too much from him. And overall now he's jumped back into it. Still not actually a positive KD for any of them except for Barcode, surprisingly.
Yeah, that is very surprising. It just shows how awry the last end of that first half went. Anyway, let's see what Fates have got for us in this pistol round here. Looks like they're going to be getting pretty aggressive towards the B bomb side. Gejimzilla is going to be greeted by some unwelcome guests, and it's actually an interesting stratgy. It looks like they're going for the double fake by just sending one man by himself. And, forcing Budapest to rotate towards the A bomb site, though Budapest haven't really taken the bait. They do start to rotate out, but as the utility comes through, they second guess themselves. Caliber leading the entry, finds the first, Double Magic getting one as well, and this is looking great for Fate as they get themselves control of the bomb site. Bomb goes down. Budapest 5 don't even have a kit in these remaining 3 players. So this should be Fate closing out the first pistol round, unless we can see some fancy footwork here from the remaining Hungarians.
Yeah, they're certainly trying their best, but they're receiving headshots for their trouble. Fleeve, now the last man left alive, trying to do something, and he'll do exactly 1 kill and not much more. 8 all. Fantastic pistol round, and the 200 IQ play there out of them almost catches Budapest 5 completely flat-footed. As you said, they didn't take the bait initially, but then they started to rotate off, and at that moment, the side hit just took them completely by surprise.
Yeah, it certainly did, and they were actually too far defensive, which allowed the initial Fate players to get into the bomb site without any contest, and then they got overwhelmed. Some nice headshots being hit there, particularly by Duplicates and Caliber. And Fate draw up the scoreline for the first time since 0-0.
Yeah, that's a sobering number, isn't it? It was drawn when it was 0-0.
Suppose it was. Anyway, Fleeve looking to get some damage here. Does find a kill, the bare minimum. These pistols are going to have to get some heavy lifting done here. Of course, not the best position for Budapest 5 to be in. 3 of the players here clustered on top of each other. And they are being mowed down, but some damage being done in return as Barcode finds a quick double. Double Magic only has double 1 as his HP. That's 2. Quick maths, but he's going to get taken down by Gejimzilla as well. How did that happen? Through all the chaos, Budapest 5 come out on top.
Well, there are 4 players stacked on the side and the one other player towards mid, so it didn't take long for them to come in there. Maybe the rotation taking Fate by surprise a little bit, but they should have dealt with that a bit better, I think. Trying to take the straight up fights when they probably needed to actually use the utility, take control, and then worry about killing the players.
Yeah. Budapest 5 doing a very good job there, finding a reprieve, picking up their eco round. Fate are going to be kicking themselves. That was an opportunity for them to go ahead for the first time this game. Now, they're the ones who have got a force bite to work with. If they lose this, Budapest 5 start to pull ahead significantly. not off to a good start here as Color finds that frag in middle. Rainwaker, though, does get the entry towards the A bomb site. That's going to allow Fate to get the bomb down, putting them in a pretty good position. They can try and close the gap now, though. Rainwaker decides to get aggressive with that lone rifle. Does find a frag. Trade there once again, though. Budapest 5 have that kit. They have some utility as well. All three players coming in from the same position here. They're going to try and work together, eliminate all the different places the terrorists could be. Rainwaker still getting so much done with this M4, keeping himself alive as well. Hiding in the corner here is Mar, looking to try and get the cross, but the frags do come through. Gabeson as well as Color working together, complete the post plants, or the retake rather, and Budapest 5 winning the round.
Yeah, nice work out of them. We got to commend them on the use of the molly there as well. I think that's what pretty much sealed it for them. Both of those players in CT were pretty low, unfortunately for them. So with the molly lying at their feet, they had no choice but to dance. And unfortunately, you aren't going to escape the flames on low HP, are you?
Yeah, that's probably what I look like when I'm dancing, like I'm standing on a Molotov.
I want to see this, please. I want a video.
There's a reason nobody has, Mike. So,
I want to see Matt dance, guys. Let us know in chat.
Fate dancing with death, yeah. They've only got deagles across the board. They've gone for the deco. Let's see if they can find any form of success here. I think 2 kills in this sort of situation can be deemed a success, but anything less than that, probably not.
Oh, there you go. Success.
2 frags done and dusted, courtesy of Caliber. Ooh, not far off a third there. Gabeson was flirting, and he comes out on top.
That's one thing we can say for Caliber is his deagle work so far in SEC Season 9 has been really impressive. The guy's hitting his shots on those eco rounds. And overall, 17 kills for him. He's looking good. Rainwaker looking good on Fate's side. On the other side, again, the score is surprisingly not flattering the players as much as the scoreline would suggest.
Yeah, these guys got to pick their numbers up, do some lifting, boys. Get to the gym. Duplicate, he's doing some lifting. He goes straight into the A bomb side. Double Magic blows the door open as well. Between the two of them, they've taken complete control. Put Budapest 5 on the back foot and may actually send them straight into the save unless they can find some early frags here. Gejimzilla looks like he wants to commit, but they have got absolutely nothing here to start proceedings. And as I said, Barcode gives his teammates no choice. I'm smoking you off. We are saving these weapons.
Gejimzilla still seems a bit racy. He wants to go for this, or at least recover a weapon. And he may pay for it with his life. I think, how did he get out?
Yeah, no idea. That was very fortunate there for Gejimzilla. But not all done yet. Caliber is on the lurk. Looks like Barcode is aware of this. I wonder how far he pushes it. I don't think that he really should be. They don't have all that much economy. And the fact that Fate keep all 5 players alive in a buy round, that's amazing.
Yeah, on T-side especially, you'd expect a player or two to go down as you hit the site. But Rainwaker catching them napping pretty much. He's awake. He runs into the site and just pops some heads. So Fate draw within 2. Budapest 5 still in a good lead. And thanks to that save, they still have a good buy here, which I think is pretty key for them. They've got a good opportunity here to knock Fate back and put them in their place.
Indeed they do, but if Budapest 5 lose this round, they're going to be ecoing in the following. The same can't be said for Fates. They've got a bit of a buffer to work with here. That's going to give them some confidence.
Absolutely, and that confidence we saw in the first half of the first half, so to speak. I want to see a little bit more of that out of Budapest 5 because they were really playing with their tails up. They look great. And since then, it hasn't quite been the same level of confidence that we were seeing.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Mike. It's almost like they went into a bit of a shell when they were being so successful with those aggressive players. Maybe resting on their laurels somewhat, took the foot off the gas and it cost them. Gabeson, 100% aware of the possibility someone could have boosted into snipers, but he's not being covered by his teammates entirely. Means he gets taken down. Ma finally finds that frag onto Barcode. Should have been done a lot sooner than what it was. Caliber gets one as well. Flea finally pouncing from CT. He's going to have to get a lot more than the single frag. He gets the second one as well, and he gets out with his life. That is huge. That certainly enables his team now to try and get something done in this 2 versus 2. Bomb is ticking. Perfectly timed peek there from Rainwaker means he takes Flea down, leaving Color in the 1v2. He's only got the AWP, which is not an ideal weapon to use in the clutch situation. He's also going to try and get aggressive here. All Rainwaker has to do is to keep on pushing backwards. Color being baited in. Rainwaker making the play here, pushing forward with the audio cues. And this should be a pretty unwinnable situation here for Color considering, and he's actually going to just opt to save that AWP and take it into the next round.
I feel so sorry
all
for
his
Rainwaker.
bases. He's just making sure there's no chance that the ninja diffuse is going on.
Oh, I love that. I mean, obviously, if you're playing and that happens to you, you're like, damn it. Because you don't want to
Yeah.
die in that situation, but you don't want to be victim to the ninja defuse for sure. It's something you want to avoid at all costs. And in this situation, well, it does work out for them in the end. There we're getting a little bit of some replay highlights.
Yeah, really good to see just between the rounds there. Get a quick recap of the cool things that have happened so far in the game. Budapest 5, they're on an eco now. Their hopes in this round rest on Color for sure. He's the one with an AWP. Is he over towards Apps at the moment? Yeah, he's in Apps and getting aggressive there with the AWP. Got the other 4 players on the opposite side of the map. The players with the pistols.
Not saving quite as much as you'd expect them to. You generally want to have about 2,000 on you, but yeah, I think they're trying to bank on maybe getting a little bit more done than just saving. Of course, they've got that AWP, but more with the entries.
Yeah, the AWP hasn't even fired a single shot yet. Finally, it's going to be coming into the action here, and he does connect. Sees a second, but not able to find that shot. Rainwaker, he is not missing anything at this point. He picked up 3 in that anti-eco. Fate again leveling up the scoreline here. And this is not going to be a great buy for Budapest 5. They're going to have the weapons, but they're not really going to have the utility.
Yeah, I think they were banking on getting a little bit more done with those pistols and that AWP, maybe even stealing the round away. But you know, if you get a few pistol kills, that does add a little bit of money. That's a nade or 2. And well, in this situation now, they're going to be up against it, and they certainly need to win these fights because they're not going to have the nades for the retake.
Budapest 5 look like they're grouping themselves towards the B bomb site here. This is something they haven't done yet in the half. Just explode out onto B. Fleeve, though, finds Caliber lurking in the A bomb site. But again, it's Fate finding success in their entries. Double Magic and Reika can't put a foot wrong in this second half here. They have been such a heavy hitting duo for Fate. And if they continue in this form, Fate stand a pretty good chance of winning this first map here. The map pick, which is Budapest 5's. Did you say the next map is Train?
No, it's Inferno.
Oh, okay. I would have said, why are Fate picking Train? That does
Yeah,
not
no,
make
that would
any
be
sense.
that would be a
Rainmaker,
crazy
he's on
thing.
26 frags, Mike.
Yeah, that's seriously impressive. And again, the individuals on the Budapest 5 side, they were so shining so brightly in those first 6 or 7 rounds, and since then, we just haven't seen too much of them at all. I mean, between Gedgemzilla Gaveston and Barcode, we're saying their names all the time in those early rounds, and since then, you know, barely a whimper.
If there's one thing I can say about these players, which I've noticed over time, because I did mention that I've been familiar with the players like Gabeson and Barcode for quite some time now, it's that when things started going against the grain and not in their favor, their heads seemed to drop somewhat, and they lost their composure. So that seems like is what's happening now. And hopefully they're able to put a stop to that and get Tabs back onto the game here and try and get back into it. Fate looking really good. Going to just continue with their aggression here onto the A bomb site, though. Fleeve landing a fantastic headshot there. Takes down Rainwaker. He's the danger man so far. And the Molotov is going to force Fleeve out, though. The trade is there. AWP in a very aggressive position. Again, pushing through the smoke there. It's Fate who are coming out on top of these duels. The teamwork is just off the mark from Budapest 5. You feel like the timing was just missed ever so slightly there, and it's cost them dearly.
I kind of felt like Color there with the AWP. It was nice that he got the trade, but he put himself in an unwinnable situation where he was only going to get 1 kill, unless they all lined up and he headshot 5 of them in 1 shot.
Yeah.
You know, it just wasn't going to work. So
Yeah.
he probably needed to let his teammate die and actually try and get the trade from somewhere towards stairs, something a little bit safer. But in going for that sort of play, it just leaves the side open, unfortunately, and well, makes it a little bit easier for the young Bulgarian side.
I'm not sure what the logic with being in such an aggressive position with the AWP, though. Generally, you find that AWP in CT or snipers. Anyway, interesting that Fates have decided to double back all the way towards the B bomb site here, even though they had control of A. Gedgemzilla did smell a rat and think that there's a possibility, so he's got himself all onto cat, which means he's in a very good position to get this retake going, get some damage done, and identifies the location of one of these 2 terrorists, finds out the seconds as well from that flashbang. So now that he knows where both of the players are, he can start to get a move on, makes his way forward. He has got that kit to work with, but he does not have a head, and that certainly does come in handy.
It does. It absolutely does. Caliber there getting himself 3 scalps. He's a headhunter. Now we're going to get a replay of that situation. You know, Color there, it looks flashy, it looks interesting, but then, you know, he's just hung himself out to dry, and unfortunately, no way to hold the site from that point. So the timeout will come in there for Budapest 5. They need to make some serious adjustments. Their economy not looking good, the scoreboard not looking good anymore.
Yeah, this is really falling apart here for Budapest 5. The likes of Gabeson and Zilla, the two guys who were doing so much damage in the early stages of the first half, have just been nowhere ever since then. I think I might be talking a little bit too much about Budapest 5 not living up to their potential and not actually enough about how well Fates are playing, because they certainly have been playing a lot better ever since that 6-0 scoreline or 6-1. They've knuckled down, focused a lot more on their teamwork, and made sure that they're closing out these rounds, which is really good to see them having this composure. Again, they're going to go for the A player here. All 5 players grouped up. They've identified that the trades are working out for them, so why not just keep playing in that manner? Zilla up closer to the smoke. He's going to have quite a few players coming through at any moment. Ma looking towards the right means that he misses the opportunity. The flash is there, means he still gets the frag. And again, Fate get the favorable trade on their entries, which is going to trigger them to start pushing forward into this bomb site. Gabeson is looking to try and get something done here from snipers, but it's just not working out for them right now. He's going to get burnt to a crisp. Only 2 players remaining, both of them in CT. This is not ideal whatsoever for Budapest 5. This is their buy round. This is the round they needed to work out, and it doesn't look like it's going to be the one. Barcode, Color, can they find something here to work with? They absolutely need to. Finally, Color gets inventive here on top of the boxes, means he's going to find a frag, and another quick shot there onto Double Magic certainly does enhance their chances here. Rainwaker second guesses the peak, and he does take a more passive angle. Caliber gets into the swing of things with the frag, and Rainwaker is going to have to try and deny the smoke and the diffuse here, and he absolutely does. Beautiful round by Fate.
Yeah, no kit available there as well, so it just wasn't going to work for him. He had to try and bait them out, and well, he was completely covered there. Budapest 5 getting battered in that round, and Fate now looking really good on their opponent's map pick after early on in the game looking really bad, actually, if we got to be honest. But those rounds were close, even though they didn't look so great. But as we've hit into the latter parts of the first half and hit over to the second half, Fate have just looked in control.
Yeah, they certainly have. And what does this mean for the second map as well? We've seen Fate on Inferno in the past 2 match days that we've cast them, and they've been really good on that map. So if this is what they're doing to Budapest 5 on Mirage, it doesn't make for great predictions as to what's going to be happening in the next map.
Well, the one thing I can say for Inferno at least is the majority of good teams can play Inferno. It's very rare that teams don't play. That's why it's so often that classic decider in a best of 3 or a best of 5. So
is that map? Yep.
So I mean, I'd still say Budapest 5 got a reasonable chance on it. It's just, again, we have seen how good Fate are on that map.
Yeah.
So, and this is our first experience of Budapest 5, and so far it's been less exciting than we were hoping for. It started great, it just didn't keep on being great.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's been inconsistent. They do go for the save here, though, Mike. I like the decision. Playing for overtime. They have found some success with their buy rounds, and they're just going to have to get back into that again. I wonder if they can find something in this eco round. Not in the early stages, it is once again Fate, but somehow the sprays through the smoke with the CZs actually come out on top. And there's something on the cards here for Budapest 5, especially now that they've found some kills with those pistols. It's Gabe and Fleeve getting into the fray of things, and they're going to be able to close out the round on Double Magic. Fate, what went wrong there?
I don't even want to guess, actually. That just fell apart for them pretty quickly, but sorely needed for Budapest 5, you got to say. They really, really needed that at that point in the game. They now have the weapons, they got the nades they need, and actually a little bit of money in the bank too, so not necessarily their last chance, but very close to it, and they took it.
Yeah, they did. And there was one of the less likely rounds they were going to win. And they managed to make it happen. Let's see if they can sort of make that happen when in the rounds which they stand a bit more chances, or a bit more of a chance rather.
Actually, Fate though, you've got to question why you'd want to go into the bomb site that's the tight choke points against what's definitely going to be pistols. Yeah,
that's a good point, Mike. You need to pay attention to the small details, and it costs them there. Though Fate have been successful against these buy rounds, it's actually where they've seemed to have been a bit more comfortable. Playing it slowly here this time, looking to take that map control. And there's only one man from Budapest 5's perspective here in middle. He's playing from snipers. That's Color. He's just taken a huge chunk of damage, given his position away with that shot as well. And he's going to fall back, which means Fate attain that middle control. Where did they go from here, though? 4 players in middle, generally not the conventional thing to see when you are going to be having that A split. All 4 players making their way through connector, only going to be the 1 player coming through ramp. Color gets ahead of the smoke, so he should be able to get a free frag here, and he does. Trade ever present, as it has been for Fate so far in this game, and still find the frags as they make their way onto the A bomb side. Double Magic with some quick work there means he takes down Barcode. Gabeson finally coming in from CT, not without incurring massive damage, though. And it is going to be on Gejimzilla's shoulders as he makes his way towards ramp. He is the linchpin here. He's going to be catching Fate off guard. Rainwaker going to be his first victim. Good trigger discipline here from Gejimzilla. And he finally executes, taking down both of them. And that should be the round for Budapest 5 with only 12 seconds left on the clock.
I'm so happy to see that come in. I mean, I was watching IM yesterday. I saw what Elige did when he managed to sneak in behind the entire Fnatic team in the same position. Didn't kill anyone. This time, it went right. So I'm glad that things worked out there. Budapest 5 get around, get within 1, and are now actually in a decent-ish position after it looked like all was lost. Gejimzilla there, come in from B all the way on the long ramp and saves them.
So another buy round here for both of these teams. Whoever loses it, though, is going to be in a slight spot of financial bother. So there is so much on the cards here for both of these teams. Fate wins this, they get themselves to the 15th, and they have a good chance at closing out the game. Let's see, they're going to be going straight into this B bomb side. Barcode is in a good position to shut down the push once it comes through. Caliber looking for that first frag. He is going to find it successfully. The responders have come through, the rotations are there, but it's the frags that are going the way of Fate once again. They get that bomb down, and they have been so successful in these explosive plays, just bursting out onto the bomb side and finding the frags. All boils down to those trade frags, which have been, as I said, so successful. Double Magic is going to be getting aggressive with the Mac 10, and he catches Gabeson off guard completely. Gabeson with the smoke in his hand gets taken down, and it looks like Budapest 5's heads are dropping. And with along that, the bodies are hitting the ground.
Feel bad for Gabe there, man. He threw a nade, it bounced off the wall. He threw a flash, he flashed himself. And then he got wrecked while holding a smoke. So, yeah, maybe you shouldn't use nades, but...
yeah. It is the one of those things, right? Where you will be watching an angle for however long you are. As soon as you pull the grenade out, the man walks around the corner.
Pops, yeah. It's tough, and it's exceptionally tough here for Budapest 5. You look at the money situation. Things not great, though, of course, on the loss bonus, so they'll get most of what they need, but still leaves Gejimzilla there on a pistol. I don't know if there's a gun lying on the ground for him, but I think that is him on the CZ.
Yeah, he is going to be demoted to the CZ75. Fate, what are they going to bring out the bag here for the final round to try and close out this half? One man towards A, he just had a bit of presence in Palace. Now he's having some presence towards ramp, so just trying to fake significant numbers towards the A bomb side from Fate's perspective. And then they're just going to execute into B. It seems all 4 players grouped up in apps. Some aggression coming through there. If they find that frag, that should be the bomb site done and dusted. Barcode looking to add some support here. Gejimzilla playing on the edge of the smoke. He's going to find one. Gets a good transfer. He actually gets the second. Barcode comes through with that AUG as well. And it's all fallen apart for Fate. Rainwaker left by himself asking, guys, what do you expect me to do in this situation? That is insane. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that was amazing work out of him. The flash coming in at the exact right moment. There's the CZ up close to deal with those players. They read that perfectly. Of course, it could have gone completely wrong there had Gejimzilla not gotten the kills with the CZ, but he does. And that's the difference maker. The second 2 kills come in through the smoke from Barcode. And the lurk was dealt with rather handily. So that sets us up here for a really exciting finish here, potentially. Considering that buy from Fate isn't as good as they would have hoped.
Yeah, it's not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. And again, it looks like they're going to be trying to make it work towards the B bomb site here, going for the full execute. All the bells, all the whistles, all the fats, all the trimmings. It's got everything. And then they don't push off the back of it. It's actually a fake duplicate. He's going to catch the rotate. He's now in between all 4 players. He's split them 2 apiece on either bomb site. Barcode is going to have to get the heavy lifting done towards this B bomb site along with Gejimzilla here once again. Still with so much time left on the clock, so I'd like to see Fate use that time. I'd like to see them use that man who's gotten through snipers in middle as he does start lurk his way into market. That forces Gejimzilla to look behind him, but Barcode, he's looking ahead and he's finding the frags. Surely he doesn't get 3. Finally, he gets taken down, and it's Fate to have the 1-man advantage. advantage. Duplicate locking down the doorway. Is he going to be able to get the frag onto Color, who only has the AWP to work with? Not an ideal weapon whatsoever to try and get through that choke point. And you can see he's actually going to try and come through connector, or catwalk rather, rotating all the way back through middle. He's got his teammate Fleeve, who's got the flank coming up through apps. And they're going to have to get the burners here at least. Both of them do have kits to work with, but the flanker has been spotted. Great shot through the wall there for Color, means it's down to a 2v2. Duplicate, who's covering the crosshair, is going to be able to find that frag. Down to the 1v1 now. Can Fleeve clutch it out? He's going to go for the smoke onto the bomb. Like I said, he's got that kit. He's sticking the defuse. Is the commit going to come through from Duplicate? The shots are through the smoke, but they're not connecting, and he gets the defuse. Fleeve wins the round, and we're going to overtime.
Wow, that was a really unlikely situation. They bring it back, and I did not see that happening. Considering it was a 3v2, it looked like those terrorists were entrenched in the site. There was no way they were going to get rooted out. But rooted out they were, and ratted out by Fleeve. He gets the defuse.
Wow, I can't believe that Budapest 5 actually make that happen and close out the round, take us into overtime. I thought that they were done by all money there when Duplicate managed to lock down market and keep Color out. But somehow they still make it work by the hair on their chinny chin chin. And we are going to be heading into overtime. MR3 here. Better put Budapest 5 still on that CT side and Fate on the T side. I wonder if they're going to be changing things up. The one thing is that they're not going straight into the B bomb site.
Yes, a little bit of a difference. I think they've been burnt enough that they're maybe reconsidering going that particular route. Color with a few speculative shots, and he actually gets one.
Yeah, that's really nice when you just look at the top right of your screen. See, you got a kill. All right, that's cool, man. I'll take it. Can you find another timing shot here? No. No opportunity for that.
Gotta say, Fleeve's got the best hair on the team.
Yeah, I need to get his Bob's number. Fly to Hungary. Might be worth it, it seems.
Oh, I got a stuck stream.
Not for you, though. Oh no, I'm still going, so I'll give you guys a radio cast for now then while
102
solves out those problems. Okay, I'm 57.
A little bit ahead still. 55.
Perfect. Apologies about that. Back into the action here. It's going to be Fate trying to get themselves onto the A-bombs. That is a double collateral coming through, but neither of the players die. Rainwaker finds 2, and Ma finds a kill as well. What is happening right now? All 3 of the Fate players are on fairly low HP, so very doable here for Budapest 5. You can see the Fate players are tentative to cross onto that bomb site. All of them probably calling out in TeamSpeak that they're low, hoping that somebody else can try and take that responsibility. But it is going to be on each of them here. Barcode along with Gezhimzilla, the 2 B players, going to try and get them stunned here. Barcode can smell that there must be a man close, and his nose is on point as he finds Ma, leaving Caliber and Rainmaker with it all to do here. Again, the HP certainly does favor the Hungarians, so it's going to have to be some nice shots here, and there's just no opportunity for those shots when you're being burnt to a crisp. Rainmaker finds one, but Gezhimzilla has certainly upped his game, and he does find the first round of overtime for his team.
Nice work. You got to feel there for the Fate player with that Molly just moving just that inch. Feels bad when that happens to you. And as you said, there's that Colas where both of them get damaged with a single shot, and he still kills them anyway.
But the thing that kills me is that neither of them die. How frustrating would it have been for Budapest 5 if they lost that round? Imagine saying I hit a Colas and neither of them died and we lost. Oh well, that's not the case. Budapest 5 do win out the clutch. Clutches which have not really been going their way so far in this map.
Things slowing down a little bit here. They're setting up for a traditional A-take. Nice matchmaking play that we've all seen happen.
Who can smoke stairs, guys?
Yeah, that's what you always hear.
The classic, right? And the execute does come through thick and fast now. There's going to be a man dropping into sand, but Fate would have seen that, and he actually gets burnt out. I'm not sure what Gabeson was thinking there. That was a bit late to commit to the drop. Caliber finds himself a second frag on the entry as well. This should be Fate certainly getting control of the A-bomb side. How far can they take it, though? Bomb still hasn't been put down, though. Still trying to get across onto the side. Color missing a very important shot there, and that might have been the moment they needed to go their way, though. The lineup, Mike, you saw that. There was so much potential there.
Oh yeah, it could have been the hero moment. Instead, it just looks a bit silly, gets wrecked instantly. And Fate, they're showing the strength of what we've seen so far on their T side, that their trade game is just really good. They don't do anything super complicated, but they back each other really well, and they make sure that the trades favor them at all times. So there it happens again, and thusly is a round one for them. Double Magic eats a fat nade there.
Yeah, he took maximum damage from that grenade, and Color is doing maximum damage with the AWP, destroying Fate single-handedly, leaving Rainwaker all by himself now in a 1 versus 4. Wow, that was quick.
He must have heard me and he was like, trade this.
That just happens far too often. So, the only thing Rainwaker has on his side right now is the clock. Other than that, pretty much nothing in his favor.
Nope.
That's a nice shot there. Not without incurring tons of damage though, and it is going to be Budapest 5 who have the lead as we second half here of overtime.
Yeah, I think for them, situation overall with the win on CT side going their way, also in the manner that it went, will give them just a little bit of confidence after that. I think they took a bit of beating on their actual CT side for it to end up going into overtime. So for them, I think they can take some positives out of it. Rainwake is still towering above everyone else there on the scoreboard. 36 kills from the Fate man.
Yeah, that's insane. He is really demolishing his opponents right now, and he needs his teammates to try and contribute as well. Double Magic hasn't been as prolific as we've seen him in the past. Certainly could contribute a bit more with the AWP. Again, going to go for this lowest play here. I'm not sure if Budapest 5 saw it, but they're getting aggressive in middle. This is actually a great counter to the play that Fates have gone with, because they're going to get straight into this A-bomb site. A very undefended A-bomb site. That Caliber is left to get a lot of work done. He has by himself, and he's going to get taken down without even finding a single frag. Straight into retake now for Fate, as it is Budapest 5 on that A-bomb site. Finally, a frag does come through. Double Magic looking to double up on that frag. The shots are nearly there, as we can see with the X-ray, just missing the mark. Duplicate, though, does get that spray through the box, and that means it's going to be Fate with a one-man advantage here as the retake does come through.
Color there landing a shot before he gets traded out. Fleeve himself getting one, bringing it into a 2v2. And as I say that, Ma now, the man left alone. He's got to do some work, and these angles from these two players are quite different, so it's a lot for him to deal with. He's dealing with it pretty well, and he will get it. Hits the 2 headshots. Ma, what are you doing?
Can you believe it? What a clutch to win for Ma. That is absolutely insane. With all due respect to Ma, you have to have some questions of the players in that 2 versus 1 there from Budapest 5's perspective. What were they thinking? Swinging out there? Look at how they gave him opportunities to fight. Had Fleeve sat in Tetris and had Gejimzilla sat in Palace and forced Ma to push very far forward to look for those fights, they would have stood a much better chance than just taking the fights initially early on.
Yeah, absolutely. Considering the angles that were involved there, that should have been theirs all day, every day.
So, how does that mistake affect them?
Fate got a second there.
Have an opportunity to actually win the map now in the first set of overtime. If you think about it, Budapest 5 should have won that round, which would have all but confirmed them a second set of overtime. So, let's see if Fates are going to be able to actually go on and win the map off the back of that.
Certainly be a confidence booster for them, and they do have the numbers and the HP advantage right now. Color and Gejimzilla hurting a little bit. Need a band-aid for that.
Yeah, anybody got an energy drink?
We got Pringles.
Hey, Pringles actually do the job as well. Ma, he's looking to get the job done in close proximity, close quarters. Can he find this first frag? Yeah, Gejimzilla is tracking the crossbow placement, is just off though. And even though Ma gets one, you feel like it's enough considering that Fate did have that one-man advantage to start with.
All the timing there.
Yeah, the timing works out there for Fleeve as he does get the kill into Caliber, and some quick work means that he gets himself into an advanced position as well. He's able to find double magic shots. Rainwaker now pushing forward. Should be able to get the spray down easily at that. Gabeson finally trades it out, but again, he goes down as well. So 1 versus 1 is the result. Fleeve kicked off proceedings by finding the first frag for his team. Can he close things out here as well? Gonna go for the fake plant just to try and bait out a peek, see if Duplicate is in the vicinity. Assuming because there was no peek from CT after that plant that it should be clear. So he plants for CT. Duplicate, he gets the jump, but Fleeve still finds the frag, and Budapest 5 get themselves to 18.
Well, there we go. Map point, shall I say. It's actually match point in the sense that it's a best of 2, not actually a best of 3. So, you know, they're actually 2 sort of separate VO1s, but,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Semantics. We'll say map point.
And it is Budapest 5 within touching distance of actually closing out the map. The first time that they've been on map point in the series. And they get the first kill of the round as well. They get the second kill of the round. What is going on? Fate letting things fall apart here. After that insane clutch from Ma, I thought that they might have had their tails up. They might have had their momentum and the confidence. Caliber still ever present, getting the work done. He's looking for some more here, getting aggressive from lows. He's been here so often, it's actually going to cost him his life as Fleeve catches him out from behind. Ma in no man's land gets taken down by Color, and it's all on Duplicate now in a 1 versus 4 to try and keep his team in it to take this one to a second set of overtime. I don't see it happening though. This is certainly one of the more difficult clutches, especially considering Gejimzilla's behind him, and he's going to get taken down.
It appears we are back with ESL Southeast Europe Championship Season 9, the second game of the night, or second map of the night. We're sponsored by Pringles, so grab your can, pop it open, and pull it up for some great Counter-Strike as we watch Fate versus Budapest 5. I'm Extremes, and with me is the esteemed Hayes. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm great, thank you, Mike. I am really looking for the second map. I think Fate will feel like they were after Mirage, and they're certainly going to have something to get back at Budapest 5 here on Inferno.
Indeed, an Inferno, a map that should favor Fate since they picked it, but it is a map that everybody does play, as we know, so it should actually be a little bit closer in theory, and if it's as close as the first map, then overtime.
Yeah, good one there, Mike. Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah, I just got to mention and jinx the broadcast as it starts. You know, that's important. You got to get it out first so that everybody forgets it and you can't be blamed when it happens.
Ah, I see your methods and madness. Caliber, his methods and then a little bit of madness to re-peak afterwards. I'm not sure. I certainly follow that logic. At least he does get the 1 kill though. And with so much time left on the clock, that's going to force Fate to look for a little bit more information. They go for a flash play there towards top of the Mana, and Ma actually lands a fantastic shot there onto Color. It does change the complexity of the situation here somewhat. Budapest 5, as a response, are going to group up all 3 players and actually continue to push themselves into this B bomb side. One smoke towards CT, but Duplicate is knocking heads at the moment as he lands a great shot there. Ma looking to follow up as well, and he does connect on a few. Looking for the last frag. Gejimzilla is the man.
Oh, duplicating the efforts of his teammates there. Gabe goes down, and Marna in a little bit of a tough spot, but he clotheslines the first. Is he going to deal with the second? It is a 1v1 on site, but just for a second, yeah. Gejimzilla will get it, but now he's going to have to hold off the 2 on the retake.
I think our times are out, so you just keep going, Mike.
Absolutely. Gejimzilla trying his very level best, but he gets leveled, decked, lying on the ground, taking a rest after that first round. Fate there makes it a 1-0. And we are about to go into the second round. In 5 seconds, we will find out what's going on in the second round. But I think what's going on is Budapest 5 are going to get absolutely wrecked since they're... well, actually, they decide very last minute to actually go to the force buy. They were sitting on those Glocks, and it looked like they would go for the save. But they switched it up last second, and now they're committed to this. And Ma, he's running down mid.
Yeah, he's going very aggressively, and he already finds himself for his troubles. Rainwaker gets one with the fire as well, and before Budapest 5 have even had an opportunity to inflict any damage in this force buy, they've already lost 3 players. Finally, Fleeve comes good with 1, but they're going to have to find a bit more than that for this to be deemed a success. The bomb is lurking in apps though, and if Gejimzilla is able to find a quick pick, oh, never mind, as I say that, he gets taken down. He tried to lurk through and catch one of the CTs off guard, but they're well aware that there may have been a terrorist pushing through there. And I'd like to see them just play this passively, but Fleeve is being pursued here. He's got the MP9, and he knows that he doesn't have much of an advantage, so he tries to take the jump, get the first bullet out there, but Caliber still gets the kill. Fate go up 2-0, dealing with the force buy.
Yeah, absolutely nice and easy for them. And I think maybe the call from Budapest 5 quite late to actually go with that force might have led to them being a little bit disorganized. You saw that allowed Mar to just run straight down middle and fight them. Nobody was actually spotting up middle, even though it was clear.
Yeah. That's one of those things you need to make sure that all your bases are covered, and that is a beautiful nade combo there coming through Waker and double magic.
Oh,
barcode. Ringing Caliber's bell, and he's actually going to be looking for some more here. If he can find this next kill onto Duplicate, that's certainly going to open up things here for Budapest 5. Duplicate's a very important piece of the puzzle now for the Fate defense. Surprised to see Fate maintaining these forward angles here in Banana, not actually dropping back to just maintain control of the bomb side. Very spread out defense here on the A bomb side as well. Rainwaker's by himself here. He's going to have to control into. Does deal with Fleeve at least.
Absolutely does. And Capeson and co. looking to take a bit of a fight here. They'll recover one weapon. But considering only one of them actually has armor, that's going to be a pretty tough situation. Even if the spray comes down through the smoke. Oh, wait, they don't have a smoke, but they make it work.
Oh, no. There's a spray, and as you said, no smoke. Duplicate, he's picked himself up 2. And he picks up the 3rd as well. A good round here from Fate. Racking up the cash with the SMGs means they're going to be building up that economy even more. And nice start to Inferno here for the Bulgarians, although that's certainly a worthy replay.
Yeah, that shot was pretty nice. But I mean, me assuming there that there should be a smoke on B, that's just one of the things. I almost feel like unless you're in a 1v1 or something like that, it's so difficult to get across that CT area on the B bomb site because it just brackets you from so many angles.
Oh, this is a nice combo. That's a really nice combination of utility there. First the smoke towards the bottom of ramp, then the Molotov to block off New Mexico, as well as make sure there's nobody pushing forward, which allows you to then swing out and push the nade all the way through to ramp.
Look how they've locked them in with those smokes. That's really nice
great
play out of
utility
them.
usage. That is the crux of Inferno, though, from a CT's perspective, is efficient use of your utility. Going to go a long way on this map.
Very much so. We're going to see that smoke come out. Oh, very nice little smoke there to block things off. That makes it interesting for Double Magic. He's going to have a bit of work to do when these players come in. And of course, the one plus there for Fate is that a couple of these players are low, so it does give them opportunity for headshots, but there's headshot talking about them.
Great timing there from Barcode, identifying his opportunity. Ma is going to get shut down on the bomb side as well. It's all on Double Magic in the pit, and he's going to be taken down by Colors Orp, and it is a flawless round here from Budapest 5 as they've gotten themselves control. A bomb goes down, and Color even finding Duplicate, who was just hoping for some mere exit frags in the round. Looks like it should be Budapest 5 winning it without even losing a single player.
Yeah, making it look easy there on the wrap, and they didn't really use much in the way of utility either, so that's certainly a bonus for them. If they manage to keep all of their players alive as well, they'll certainly stand them in good stead. And Fate's side, they don't actually have that much money either. 2 players with money, so Caliber going to need to hang on to this weapon, and they seem to be looking to take it off him.
Yeah, they're being very aggressive here, wanting to do everything they can to deny Fate taking this extra M4 into the next round, or Caliber to be specific. But he's doing a good job of defending himself at the moment, just getting 1 versus 1 all around the map, and Superior AK comes out on top there. Both of them exchange a bullet to the dome. And it's Gabeson who becomes better off. He's got a helmet on. Let's go with that.
Yeah, he's the one player with 100 HP against the M4, and nobody else actually had 100 HP.
Oh
so.
Man!
Oh, unlucky.
Chances. Yeah, that is unfortunate for Caliber. So we have another buy round here for both of these teams. Except if Fate lose this one, they're going to be on an eco, so a little bit more tentative from them. Budapest 5 getting aggressive here. 3 players in very forward positions in Banana, and they are going to catch a massive grenade, though. They are the ones to draw first blood. Duplicate gets a double there. That is an impressive little passage of play there from Fate, considering their point that they were in, but still a job to be done here. Budapest 5 don't immediately push onto the B bomb side. Look at what it's done to Fate. They have almost completely let go of A until they realize that there isn't any aggression into that B bomb site. But that's certainly opened things up now. I mean, with only 1 guy on A, there is so much more space for these terrorists to work with.
Yeah, it could be a confrontation here coming towards Library, maybe. Or even Arch, depending on where these players find each other. Gejimzilla actually committing to walk through here, and I think he might get caught off by Ma. Ma sees him coming.
Yeah.
And there's just no chance for Gejimzilla. The smoke now landing as well is going to deny the take on B, so...
That should tell the remaining Fate players that it's the B split coming through, though. Double Magic with the beautiful spray through the smoke there finds the first kill, but Color certainly up to the task. Whatever you can do, I can do better. He commits to the plant, Ma identifying that, and he goes for the push through the smoke and gets that frag.
Risky out of Ma, though, I got to say. If he died there, then he leaves his teammate in a 1v1, which is a very difficult situation against an AWP. Of course, there's multiples of you alive against an AWP. It's fairly possible for you to overwhelm him, but 1v1, not the easiest.
Mike. It's actually something we were speaking about the other night. When you do make these erratic plays and when they come off, you look like a hero. But when they don't come off, people are asking, what on earth were you thinking?
Yep, that's the luxury of hindsight. It's always 20/20, you know?
Yeah.
See the future after it's happened, basically.
This was a nice frag from Double Magic. He just spotted the gun barrel before that smoke bloomed, and that gave him the key to shoot.
But the return with the AWP through the smoke, equally impressive, eh?
Certainly was. I'd like to actually see that one again as well. Anyway, we're going to have another buy round here for both of these teams. Whoever loses this one is going to be in a spot of financial bother, though. So a lot riding on this round. If Fate can win this, they will really start to pull ahead in the half, put themselves in a prime position.
Oh, that nade.
Wow, that is massive. Doing so much damage there, dominating Budapest 5 before they've even seen a single play off the back of that. They're going to try and get aggressive. Let's say stuff this. Let's look for the fight, pushing straight into the A bomb side. Ma finds one, but it's still frags coming through for Budapest 5 on the bomb side for double magic. Can he work some magic? He's just keeping himself alive, which is impressive enough. He gets the no-scope. He's still dancing around the pillar here. He gets the box and the shot.
Double magic.
Beautiful stuff from the AWPer for Fate.
Well, it really was double magic there. He pulled it off twice, so lives up to his name. Mahia keeping himself alive just long enough to help his teammates out. And double magic doing all the fancy footwork, dancing all over the place. And he flummoxes them completely, lands the no-scope and follows it up to round that out. Fantastic play out of Fate, and this is why we know that they're good on Inferno. We're seeing it play out here.
Yeah. Barcode is not going to find nearly as much success as he did earlier on in the half trying that play. Double magic. He's going to be found out by Color, who was dancing around in the flames. Still comes out with the kill. Not without incurring a lot of damage, though. So has Fleeve, so you wouldn't really expect Budapest 5 to be able to get a lot more done in this round. The fact that they've already gotten 2 kills is great. Whoa! Quick reactions there from Gabeson means he does get Ma. Not going to be committing to the plant, though. Not initially, at least. Still should find that plant. That's going to be buffering the economy. 1 point of health for Gabeson means even if he gets sneezed on, he's going to go down. Get the Black Plague. And I don't think there's any medication in CS.
Well, I guess you could say in Danger Zone, maybe. You know, those little injection things you got.
At least you respawn, I guess. That's like your form of meds, right?
Yeah, I guess there's that.
A nice spray down there. Unfortunately, Ma wasn't able to get both of the kills. That would have been a nice boost to his economy. But an economy of which Fate isn't looking particularly good at right now.
No, not as healthy as you'd expect. Double magic showing why he's got that name, of course. Magic seems to strike twice, like lightning doesn't. So he does it all the time. And, well, I think he's been one of the more standout players for his team. Rainwaker also been great on the previous map. Budapest 5 did take it narrowly, 19-17 in overtime. How's things going to go over here? Not so well in this round.
Oh. Yeah, Gejimzilla not at all anticipating Ma to be on top of the balcony there as well. Rainwaker could catch the timing here towards N2. And it is going from bad to worse for Budapest 5 right now. They haven't even found a single frag in this round. Gabeson has got the bomb lurking through apps, but Ma ready and waiting with open arms says, "Come here, my son," and gives him a nice big kiss on the forehead with an AUG bullet.
Sure, that was oddly specific, Matt.
Hey man, that's the Bulgarians and the Hungarians. The inverted flag.
They're affectionate people, we know that.
I think that's probably one of the worst adjectives to describe them. Anyway, 7-1 is the scoreline, and Fate are looking very good here in the early stages of Inferno. They are dealing the damage this time, whereas they were on the receiving end on Mirage. They have certainly found a rich vein of form ever since that second half of Mirage.
Yeah, absolutely. 153 ADR on Ma. I mean, I think
Wow.
part of that's nade damage, because the nade damage that is coming in from Faith is certainly impressive. It was super impressive last week as well when we saw them on this map. They do have this map down, it seems. And, well, good start for them again. Just a little bit of chip damage on Color. Not as bad as it has been earlier rounds. I mean, we've seen some rounds where a nade does 200 damage. And as I'm talking about good nades, he roasts his teammate. What have I done to them, Matt?
Yeah, you had to drop the commentator's curse hammer, didn't you? It's just you can't let nice things happen, Mike. Nice things happening towards middle right now as Rainwaker gets the bait double switch play coming through. He finds the double spray down as well, and finally he's put into the ground by Color. But always and ever present are the trades. Duplicate gets himself one. No need to overextend here though. Ma, who's been doing such a good job of locking down the A bomb side, has the responsibility here once again, and he is absolutely up to the challenge as he takes off the heads of both Fleeve and Gejimzilla, and Fate are looking very, very good here.
Yeah, I got to call out Color again. I mean, it's maybe I picked on him a little bit on the previous map as well, but going for aggressive plays through smokes, doing things that are maybe not well advised in an equal number situation. He didn't need to run through the smoke in middle and just give himself up there with his two teammates in lane. So just left them in a very tough spot. And oh, they all take damage. Everybody is getting wrecked.
That is huge. The AWP coupled with that grenade doing so much damage to Budapest 5, and they are just getting mowed down here. It's a banana smoothie, and there is not anything left.
Well, that was a good one, Matt. I'd love to see a replay of that nade, actually, because those nades just chewed them up there. And then we had that AWP shot come through as well, catching the end of it, of course. That AWP shot just caught 3 of them, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it only did 2, and the grenade did significant damage to a 3rd player as well. But I actually stand to be corrected. He may have collated 3 players with the AWP there. There were quite a few of them lined up. So we finally have a pause coming through, and it's just an opportunity for us to appreciate the numbers from Fate's perspective. 13 kills for Mar, 10 and 10 for Double Magic and Kaluba. On the opposite side, it's only Color who's gotten 7 frags. Everybody else is 5 and below. So they're really just struggling for the numbers right now. It's not even a problem of trying to convert the rounds or take the control. It's really just straight up fragging.
Yeah, they're getting battered at the moment. And for B5, they probably need to look to at least get themselves 5 here just to give themselves a chance, but it almost seems like there isn't a chance of that.
Very aggressive in the early stages of the round here. I'm not sure if I'd advocate for this considering they're playing against the eco round, but when the confidence is in your side, surely there's nothing that can go wrong. And that grenade does so much damage. Zilla gets dominated as well. And I'm not sure where Budapest 5 go from here. This is
a beatdown, Matt.
This is a beatdown, Mike. That's certainly one way of putting it.
It really is. So Budapest 5 with precious few opportunities left. 10-5 is the best they can hope for, but that does look like a bit of a forlorn hope considering how they're being battered by nades. They're just getting destroyed by the utility. And when it does come to the gunfights, it's just not working out for them at all. Again, locked out of Banana here. The nade use from Fate to take early Banana controls, just keeping them at bay. That buys the CT side so much time. And Double Magic making it look easy there. Not really even anything to get excited about. Barco just decides to jump through the smoke, gets wrecked on the angle. So, again, I think maybe a sign of frustration.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a sign of frustration. Very individual players coming through now from the Budapest 5 players. Let's see what they can do with these 3 players grouped up in middle. Zilla coming through. Apps looking to have an impact as well. Can they get themselves onto the A bomb site? Finally, they get a successful entry. Rainwake is going to be the next player to contend with here. He's playing in the close proximity right on top of the bomb site, and they are going to clear him out. Budapest 5 finds some success, and it has been long overdue. They have been under the cosh for quite some time now.
Yeah, 2v3 retake. They can't afford to go for this, can the CTs? They've got the money resources to potentially sustain the loss of players. Yeah, taking it slow at the moment, hoping maybe for some kind of entrance. Color on the angle, though. He's not colorblind, you can see that.
Yeah, Caliber still able to get one, though. If he even finds another, at least he would have inflicted extra damage to the economy. But Budapest 5 finding a round, and they're going to need a few more of those in the path if they're going to want to be competitive heading into the rest of this map. I mean, as you mentioned, what Barco did there in the bottom of Banana is just really a sign of them seeing not much hope in the rest of this game. But because they picked up this round, that may have just reinvigorated things somewhat.
Well, you hope so for their sake, because they do need to come back into this. This is one of the teams we would expect to make it to the playoffs as well. So
yeah,
Fate, not one of the names we would have said prior to the season that we might have expected to do extremely well, despite the players, a few of them having experience in the Southeast Europe Championship from previous seasons.
Indeed. Especially from what we saw in the first match day where they threw that lead against Apocalypse on Inferno and then got demolished in Train. They've come back pretty strong ever since then.
Speaking of Apocalypse, they've changed their name. They're called Blue Jays now, and they're coming up in the next game versus B Pro, is it?
Indeed it is. It is again against another Bulgarian team. What can Budapest 5 make happen in this round? Very important round for them. If they lose this, they're going to be on another eco, especially if they can't find that plant. At least they're going to have that extra round loss bonus in their arsenal.
Time's are wasting a little bit, yeah. The CT's being extremely passive towards B, and Budapest 5 a little bit worried, potentially, about the side taking, they are going to be walking into those two
Wow.
players crosses, and they're just getting destroyed.
They don't even find a single frag. How can they lose 4 lives without a single trade coming through there? That is absolute disarray from the engage there. The entry fraggers certainly need to reorganize themselves. Duplicate missing the easiest of shots, gets a second bite at the cherry. Absolutely not going to miss that. Fate come back straight back into things, not allowing Budapest any sniff in this game. They want to try and snuff this game out as soon as they can.
But even looking at that setup, it was a very conventional setup. You got a player towards coffins and a player on the boost. Those are two spots that you check probably first. So
Yeah.
the fact that neither of those spots were dealt with, they weren't smoked off or flashed out or anything.
Yeah.
Not great out of Budapest.
And again, some huge damage coming through. I feel like it's Color who's been catching the bulk of these nades. They're going to try and get aggressive flash through the smoke and actually just try and catch the CTs off guard. It looks like Fates are prepared for this, though. They've got the one man playing anti-flash. Barcode again taking huge damage through that smoke. Color's the first man to go through. Rainwaker, although he's flashed up, is still capable of finding one. So is Duplicate, but the trades are there. Finally, Budapest have an even trade game coming through as they still continue their push towards this A bomb side. A good cross here from Caliber and his teammate means that they're able to lock it down. Ma from Ditch been ever present, and he's going to be able to complete the double spray down.
Nice and easy from him. So things going from bad to worse to even worse than that. I don't know what's worse than that, but we're finding out at the moment. I don't think this map's going to last long unless Fate really mess up on the G side, but we know what they're made of on this map, so I don't think that's likely. We might be seeing the series tied at 1-1. Of course, it is best of 2, so there won't be a third map.
Yep.
And also, Matt, just so you know, it's actually pronounced Budapest.
Budapest? Alright,
Yep.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Always good to be more knowledgeable. Rainwaker finds himself a good frag there, and he's actually playing on the edge of the smoke. This is very intelligent from him, but it doesn't come off. He's not able to the skill with the intelligence. Cleave also taking down Duplicate. And Budapest 5 finally getting themselves a potential third round here. It's taken them some time to reach this mark, and at least they do find that third, because that gives them the tiniest, the most minuscule buffer possible heading into the second half.
Just a little bit of a buffer, but not much of one, unfortunately for them. 12-3 is still utter domination out of Fate, and it could have been even worse for Budapest 5 there. So looking at the scoreboard, it still does not make for pretty reading, especially if you're a fan of the Hungarians. Their best fragger on 10 kills after the half. On the other side, the least successful fragger gets him Zolo on 10.
Yeah, that doesn't make for good reading. And we're getting a look at the utility damage here. Look at how much utility damage has been done by the Fate side, Mike. They were all above 200.
That's crazy.
That is insane. That's just right there is the difference between the two teams. Let's see what they can do on this pistol round on the T side. Very aggressive once again. Yeah, this is the exact same strat they used against Blue Jays when they played against them on Inferno. Straight into this B bomb side on the pistol round. Budapest 5 are well equipped to deal with this. They've got 3 players on the B bomb sides, and they are absolutely landing their shots. Great for Budapest or Budapest 5 rather, as they finally should be able to close out a pistol round here. Unless Rainwaker can invoke some magic, he is going to get taken down, and Budapest 5 keep themselves in it.
That missed smoke certainly cost Fate quite a bit in that round. I don't know if it was supposed to go towards CT or land at Coffins, but it just lands in front of the barbecue area. So
yeah,
didn't really do anything. And considering there were a number of players waiting in the site, maybe if it had landed Coffins, it just would have given the Fate players a little bit more of an opportunity to deal with the players that were there. And all the nade again
wow.
on their T side doing nade damage on a force fire.
Yeah, which is certainly the side you'd expect to do less utility damage. They certainly have got their nades down. So let's see if they can try and capitalize on that early damage that's been done to Barcode. Unfortunately for Fate, they are heading to the opposite side of the map. But because of that damage, they're forced to rotate out of the A bomb site. They've also found color in apps. That means there's only one man right now on the A bomb site for them to deal with. Is Gabeson. He's easily going to be dealt with as well. This should be a plant at the bare minimum. Gejimzilla with that M4 is going to have to do a lot of damage. He's found a kill and inflicted a little bit more to Duplicate. That should certainly allow them to find a successful retake. But the fact that Fates have already got 2 kills in a bomb plant is going to mean they've had a successful round here. What else can they get done, though? They get themselves a second kill. It's going to be up to Caliber with the CZ. He's gotten himself a third in the round. Oh, no, that is just his second, but he's dancing around the smoker, now using the box to his advantage. Zilla running out of ammo, goes up to the USP, and surely he's going to be able to win this one out eventually, and finally, he does get the kill. Caliber running out of opportunity with that smoke dissipating.
Oh man, that got super sketchy there. You can see Zilla flat out panic at one point there when he pulled out the USP. He's just like, oh my word, this is going away from me. And this is fantastic work out of Mar and the rest of his team. Fate there, well, dueling with Fate almost nearly manages to take it, considering their buy wasn't great. They made it work.
Yeah.
And they're going to force again, actually, are they? Yeah.
No, they still have
not a full force,
around.
but they got armor, they got nades.
I think they've saved enough to buy, and he finds himself a free frag onto Barcode. Can he get another one here? Fleeve giving him the opportunity, but Fleeve is going to find the kill. But the fact that there's already been a frag dropped here for Budapest 5 means that they're going to have to readjust their setup, and you can see that they're rotating that second man out of the A bomb site towards B. That means A is going to be somewhat weaker, but that's not really going to be affecting things as Fate are still slowly creeping themselves into the B bomb site. There goes that CT smoke. Fleeve loses his head to Rainwaker. Really quick stuff from him. And that puts Budapest 5 in a bit of an awkward spot now, as they're going to have to get the retake going. But Gabeson, he gets a double spray down, nearly the triple as well. And he does a heavy amount of damage. As I said, nearly finding that third kill. Bomb goes down. Kit on Zilla, AWP for color, not the most ideal weapon, but they do have a smoke as well as 2 flashes to work with. Does he consider Caliber being right up in the angle here? Yes. Color does find the kill, leaving Duplicate in the 1 versus 2 here. He finds the first kill. Surely he's not going to get the second. Color only has the AWP to work with, and he misses his shot. That means Duplicate wins the clutch, and Fate win the round. I cannot believe it. That is such an important round that Budapest 5 needed.
Nails and coffins. That's basically the where are we going with that one, man. That could be the final straw, the straw that broke the camel's back, whatever way you want to put it. Gabeson here, I almost thought maybe going for this was a bit of a mistake out of him. Maybe he needed to wait for his teammates, but he got 2, so he got enough done. But Duplicate there, duplicating his effort on the first player, getting the second as well, and well, he's regarding what he did. He wasn't happy with it.
Caliber finding Fleeve, and things going from bad to worse here. Of course, this is a force buy for Budapest 5. Mike, I'm pretty... Oh! Was that clean through the smoke?
It may have been.
I just caught the arse end of that, or the bum end of that, and it looked like he did. But can you at all advocate for a force buy in this situation?
I don't know if it was advisable. Maybe... Considering the money situation, I know they're more or less in double save territory anyway, but that being said...
I mean,
maybe...
there was still a double save on the cards, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really say, considering how far behind they've been and how little has worked for them. I guess I don't blame them.
Yeah, fair enough. So now or never, I guess. And as you said, because they're so far behind, they don't really have the room to allow Fate to get to 15 rounds and then try and win 10 consecutive ones from there. That's double what they've already won in the past. Gabeson at this stage is just trying to take this AK into the next round, and he's not even going to be able to see the player that takes him down. The many-faced man is the reason for his death.
Well, he's got many faces after that. There's all sorts of bits of his face lying around.
Yeah. It was actually a GOT reference, but
I know it was.
It doesn't work with you. Do you know watch Game of Thrones, do you?
I do.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay, that's good. For some reason, I thought you didn't. One of the 1%, you know? One of the few. Anyway, this is a great opportunity for Fate to actually go out and close this second map. Square the series 1-1. Should have been 2-0 for them, in fact, but they will certainly take a 1-1 considering. The reason I say it's a prime opportunity is because Budapest 5 have forced again, which means if Fate win this round, it's only going to be another force to deal with to actually close out the map. They do find that first kill, but they need to be careful here and cautious in their approach. If you are too callous in your approach against pistols, it can burn you. They've done a pretty good job of finding the frag so far, though. Some individual peeking there means that Fleeve does find 2 kills, and that's going to corral them towards the A bomb site where Zilla is sitting and waiting, although it looks like he's getting a bit aggressive now, and that's going to cost him his life. Although, he gets himself into apps. Are they going to check this? Doesn't even make a difference as he finds the kill. Turns this into a winnable situation for his teammate Fleeve, who is without armor and a kit, but at the bare minimum, he's been able to get himself an AK-47 to attempt this retake with.
He does actually have armor. to his credit, even as a helmet upon his glorious hair. Let's see if it'll help him out, because times are tough for his team, and they need this desperately to stay in this game. Say if this is lost, it's almost done and dusted, and it might just be the setup in pit there. If Mar was going to go down, his teammate was going to trade him instantly. So it was not going to happen. 15-5. The beatdown continues, and it's just about to end, I'd say.
Yeah, unless Budapest 5 can bring something special out the bag, but I almost feel like they want it to end more than anybody else right now. So not sure exactly how much opposition they're going to be putting up in this round. Looking to try and still maintain that top banana control. They have got 3 players there, so they are putting some attention on trying to take this part of the map, but Caliber is focusing his attention on the frags as he picks up another double. And as the beginning approaches the end, it should be Fate winning this map 16-5.
Gapson approaching his end, trying to, but he's ending the other players. In fact, he nearly gets 3 there and almost gets 4. In fact, Caliber and Duplicate both low, but a 3v1. Gedgemzilla, he's going to have to get super lucky here through the smoke.
Yeah, 1 versus 3 clutch to try and keep his team in this map. Let's see if he's at all capable. He's going straight through the smoke. This is a clear sign of a frustrated person. Like, he is wanting to get that over with pretty quickly, and it is over. Fate wins 16-5. That's a pretty emphatic scoreline.
Yep, wreckage, total and utter wreckage. That equals the series 1-1. It'll scores a best of 2, not a best of 3. So that's all we'll see from these teams for tonight. Next match coming up is Blue Jays, the former Apocalypse team, versus B-Pro, one of the front runners for the championship. Join us in a few minutes.